Have you ever stopped to think what could possibly connect, say, a laxative to the COVID vaccine, or your face cream to industrial ceramics? It sounds kind of crazy, right? But believe it or not, there's a single unseen chemical workhorse that links them all. So let's pull back the curtain on this hidden ingredient.
I mean, just look at this list. Chances are you've used a bunch of these products just today. And on the surface, they have absolutely nothing in common. We're talking about things you swallow, things you put on your skin, and even stuff used to make, well, other stuff. But they are all connected by one little shared secret.
So, what is this mystery molecule? Well, the answer is a surprisingly simple yet incredibly versatile polymer called polyethylene glycol, or as you'll usually see it, PEG. And in the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly how this one thing can do so many completely different jobs.
All right, so to really understand PEG, we have to start with the basics. Its fundamental structure. It's all about how you can turn a simple little chemical link into this really powerful functional chain.
Okay, so what exactly is PEG? It's a polymer. Now, the easiest way to picture it is to think of a long necklace made of identical beads. Each one of those beads is a molecule of ethylene glycol. And we just link them together over and over and over to create a long chain. The formula you see here just shows that structure. And that little n, well, that n represents the number of beads on the necklace.
And this is the most important thing to get. That little n in the formula, it is everything. It dictates the length of the chain. And that length, that one single variable, determines all of PEG's properties. What it looks like, what it feels like, and what it can do. It's the master switch.
And check this out. This is the magic of n in action. On the left, with a short chain, a low n value, you get something called PEG 400. It's this clear, kind of thick liquid. But if you dramatically increase the length of that chain, you get PEG 3350, and it transforms into a completely different substance, a white, waxy solid. It's the exact same building block, just a way longer necklace, and a totally different result.
Now, this ability to change its form is just the beginning. PEG has a whole set of unique properties. We can kind of think of them as its superpowers, and they're what make it such an indispensable tool in so many different areas.
So here are the 4 big ones. First, it absolutely loves water. It's super water-soluble. Second, it's biocompatible, which is its invisibility cloak. It lets it operate inside the human body without setting off any alarms. Third, it's hydrophilic, which is just a fancy way of saying it's a water magnet, pulling moisture in to make things slippery and lubricated. And finally, it's really chemically stable, so it has a super long shelf life.
Let's just zero in on that invisibility cloak for a second. Biocompatibility. This is, you could argue, PEG's most important superpower. It basically means our bodies generally don't see it as some foreign invader. It can exist inside of us without triggering our immune system, and that right there is the absolute cornerstone of why it's so important in medicine. Okay, so we know what it is, we know what it does, but how is this wonder polymer actually made? Well, the recipe is surprisingly straightforward. It's really just a 3-step dance. It starts with initiation, where a catalyst kicks the whole thing off. Then comes propagation, where ethylene oxide gas is added and that chain starts growing, link by link by link. The final step is termination, and this is where the manufacturers have total control. They stop the reaction at the exact moment the chain hits the link they want, giving them the precise end value they're looking for.
Now that we've got the fundamentals down, let's connect it all back to that very first slide. It is time to reveal PEG's many secret jobs and see how its unique properties make it the perfect candidate for every single one of them.
Remember PEG 3350, the waxy solid one? Well, its love for water makes it a perfect osmotic laxative. Now, all that means is that it works by drawing water towards it. So when you ingest it, your body doesn't actually absorb it. Instead, it travels all the way down to the colon and acts like a water magnet, just pulling moisture into the area. That softens everything up and, well, helps things move along. It's simple, but incredibly effective. And this is just brilliant. It's one of the most revolutionary uses of PEG in medicine, a process called pegylation. Scientists can chemically attach PEG chains to a drug molecule. This acts as that invisibility cloak we talked about, basically hiding the drug from the immune system. The result? The drug can circulate in the body for much, much longer, making it more effective and even reducing side effects. It's genius.
As you can see here, modern medicine really relies on PEG in a lot of ways. We've talked about its role as a laxative and in drug delivery. But it's also a key excipient, which is basically just an inactive helper ingredient in tablets. It acts as a binder to hold the pill together and as a lubricant to make sure the manufacturing machines run nice and smoothly.
Okay, now let's head over to your bathroom cabinet. In cosmetics, PEG is a master multitasker. It's a humectant, so it pulls moisture into your skin. It's a thickener, which gives creams and lotions their nice body and texture. It's a solvent, which helps deliver other active ingredients. And it's a surfactant, which is the key thing in shampoo that lets oil and water mix so you can actually wash your hair.
And its reach goes so far beyond the bathroom. I mean, in heavy industry, it's used as a lubricant and a binder for ceramics. In our food, it can act as an anti-foaming agent. It's even a critical tool in biotech labs, helping scientists fuse cells together. It's so versatile, it's even a component inside some lithium-ion batteries. It really, truly is everywhere.
Now, whenever you hear about a substance that's this widespread, it's only natural to ask about safety. So let's get a clear perspective on its profile and its impact.
So here's the deal. For its intended uses, PEG is generally recognized as safe, or GRAS, by agencies like the FDA. It has very low toxicity and has been used safely for decades and decades. But of course, there are always points to consider. The purity during manufacturing is absolutely critical to avoid contaminants. And while it's very rare, allergic reactions can happen, and caution is usually advised for anyone with kidney impairment.
So if you take one thing away from this, it should be this. PEG is a true chemical chameleon. Its power doesn't come from a complex structure, but from a really simple one that we can precisely tune. Just by controlling a single variable, the length of its chain, we can change its form and function to solve a seemingly endless list of problems. So from our medicine to our moisturizers, PEG is the perfect example of an invisible ingredient that shapes our modern world. And it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other unseen workhorses are out there, just hiding in plain sight?